Welcome to JF Coin, the channel where history, mystery, and hidden treasure come together in the shining world of American coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in U.S. coin history, the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin so rare and so valuable that it has taken the numismatic world by storm. This small copper piece, once worth just a single cent, now carries a breathtaking market value of $779,335. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could change your life forever. Let's take a journey back to 1975. America was alive with cultural transformation, music, innovation, and change. But hidden among the billions of coins struck that year at the Denver Mint, a few special Liberty 1-cent coins were born. These coins may look ordinary at first glance, but what lies behind their design, their metal composition, and their minting details makes them true legends among collectors today. The 1975 Liberty 1-cent features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse side, you see the bold image of the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity and honor for one of America's most respected leaders. However, what truly makes the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin special is not just its appearance, but its fascinating story and the incredible conditions that have turned a 1-cent coin into a small fortune. Now, most pennies from 1975 were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but a select few were struck under perfect conditions, preserved in mint state, and survived the passage of time without a single scratch or blemish. These flawless coins, with that tiny D mint mark below the date showing it was struck at the Denver Mint, have become prized possessions for serious collectors around the world. When such a coin appears in the market, competition goes wild, and collectors bid sky high to own a piece of numismatic history. Let's talk about the value. The regular circulated 1975 Liberty 1-cent might fetch a few cents or dollars depending on condition, but those rare, uncirculated, or mint state coins have reached record-breaking figures. The current top-tier 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin has been valued at a stunning $779,335. This jaw-dropping price isn't just about rarity, it's about perfection, preservation, and passion. Every collector dreams of holding one of these flawless coins, sealed in graded slabs, shining with that perfect copper luster as if it just left the mint 50 years ago. But what makes this coin so special to the experts? It's the tiny details. The crispness of Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the inscriptions, the shine of the copper surface, and the sharpness of the D mint mark all play a role in determining value. Even the smallest error, like a double die, an off-center strike, or a unique tone in the copper, can push the value even higher. That's why collectors and treasure hunters across America search through old jars, dusty drawers, and forgotten coin collections, hoping to find that one shining 1975 penny that could change their destiny. At JF Coin, we explore these hidden gems not just as pieces of metal but as pieces of history. Every Liberty 1-cent tells a story of craftsmanship, of America's evolving identity, and of the incredible world of coin collecting that continues to surprise us with discoveries worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine how many people have handled a 1975 penny over the years, never realizing they might be holding a fortune between their fingers. That's the magic of numismatics, turning ordinary into extraordinary. Now let's talk about the market. The coin market has seen an incredible rise in the past few years, especially for rare Liberty 1-cent USA coins. As collectors and investors search for historical pieces with timeless value, coins like the 1975 have become symbols of rarity and wealth. Their prices continue to climb as the number of flawless examples shrinks over time. Every year, auctions break new records, and the thrill of discovery keeps the excitement alive. The 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin represents more than money, it's a reminder that history lives on in the smallest things. These coins have survived inflation, decades of circulation, and the changing face of American currency. They are survivors, storytellers, and treasures of the past. If you happen to find one in mint condition, you could be holding not just copper, but a masterpiece of American minting, a key to financial fortune. So, what should you do if you find a 1975 D Liberty 1-cent coin? First, handle it carefully, never clean it, as cleaning can reduce its value dramatically. Store it in a soft coin holder or protective capsule. Then, get it appraised by a trusted coin dealer or send it for grading to professional services like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded coin with a high MS rating could easily attract collectors willing to pay incredible amounts. At JF Coin, we bring you the most amazing coin stories from across America. Coins like the 1974 D Liberty 1 cent with a current market value of $779,338. The 1987 Liberty 1 cent valued at $779,335, and now the 1975 D Liberty 1 cent coin shining at $779,335. Each of these coins carries the beauty of history and the thrill of hidden wealth. Whether you're a passionate collector or someone just curious about the coins in your pocket, you never know when fortune might smile on you. So keep your eyes open, check your change, explore those old coin jars, and always stay curious. Because that one penny you overlook might be the next rare treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story of the 1975 D Liberty 1 cent reminds us that sometimes the smallest things in life can hold the biggest surprises. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you love discovering the hidden value in coins and learning about the history that makes them priceless, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and surprising treasures in the world of coin collecting, the 1979 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. This coin may look like just another old penny to most people, but what if I told you that one version of this small copper coin could be worth an unbelievable $779,336 in today's collector market? Stay tuned till the end, because we're going to uncover the full story, from its origin and minting secrets to how you can check if you have one hiding in your pocket or collection. Let's start from the beginning. The year 1979 was an interesting time for American coinage. The U.S. Mint was producing millions of 1-cent coins every year, but there were changes happening in the minting process. The Liberty 1 cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent, featured the classic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the word Liberty proudly shining on the left side of the coin. On the reverse side, you would see the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States. But here's where things get truly interesting. Not all 1979 Liberty 1 cent coins were created equal. During minting, small variations, errors, and special marks were introduced, sometimes by accident, sometimes through experimental designs or machine misalignments. Some of these variations are what turned this ordinary 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. The 1979 coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with each mint using slightly different processes and marks. The Denver Mint used a small d mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint used S, while Philadelphia coins had no mark at all. These small details matter a lot when it comes to determining a coin's rarity and value. Now let's talk about why this coin can reach values of $779,336 today. Certain 1979 Liberty 1 cent coins have rare minting errors that make them extremely valuable. Some were struck off-center, some had double dies where the lettering or date appears doubled, and others were struck on the wrong metal planchets. Imagine finding a penny that looks slightly off, maybe the Liberty or the In God We Trust appears doubled, or the edges are thicker or thinner than normal. Those tiny imperfections could mean the difference between 1 cent and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors and grading experts have confirmed that some 1979 Liberty 1 cent coins, especially those in mint condition, with perfect luster, no scratches, and well-centered strikes, are valued incredibly high. A perfect MS-70 graded coin, meaning flawless condition, can reach extraordinary values. One such coin recently sold for an astonishing $779,336, proving once again that coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a hunt for hidden fortune. But where can you find one? You might be surprised to learn that these coins still circulate occasionally, and many are sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, or family collections. If you ever come across a 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin, here's what to check. Look closely at the date, the lettering of Liberty, and the mint mark. If you spot doubling or an unusual mark, or if the coin feels heavier or lighter than a normal penny, it might be one of those rare error coins. You can get it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC to determine its authenticity and true value. The story behind the Liberty 1-cent coin also carries a piece of American history. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Lincoln's 100th birthday, it became a symbol of resilience and freedom, with liberty reminding every American of the country's core values. By 1979, it had already become a beloved piece of everyday life. Millions used it without ever realizing that some of these coins held hidden treasures. It's almost poetic. A small coin that once bought a piece of candy now holds the power to change someone's life. As we explore the world of Liberty 1-cent coins on JF Coin, we've seen other rare pennies too, like the 1974 D Liberty 1 cent, currently valued at $779,338. The 1987 Liberty 1 cent worth $779,335, the 2013 Liberty 1 cent valued at $779,344, and the 2004 D Liberty 1 cent worth $779,338. Each of these coins tells its own story, and together they show how valuable the smallest piece of money can truly become. For those who love collecting, every Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just copper. It's a piece of American art, craftsmanship, and mystery. The 1979 edition stands out not only for its design but for its hidden variations, making it a legend in the coin community. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned collector, always check your old coins carefully. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Now, let's imagine the thrill of finding one of these rare coins in your collection. You open an old box, look at a handful of dull brown pennies, and suddenly, one catches your eye: the color, the shine, or maybe the slight error in the date. You take it for grading, and when the results come back, it's confirmed. Your 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin is worth $779,336. That's the kind of discovery every coin collector dreams of. So next time you come across any Liberty 1 cent coin, remember, JF Coin always brings you the stories behind these treasures, the secrets hidden in small details, and the real market values that are changing every day. If you love learning about the rarest coins, the richest histories, and the biggest hidden fortunes, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your fellow collectors, and subscribe to JF Coin for more amazing stories about Liberty 1 cent and Liberty 1 dime USA coins. Each coin has a secret, and together, we'll uncover them all. This was your host from JF Coin. Today's story will take you deep into the world of one of the most fascinating coins ever struck by the United States Mint, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin. This coin, small in size but massive in value, has shocked collectors and experts across the world. Imagine finding a single penny that could make you over $779,337 richer today. Sounds unbelievable, right? But the truth behind this coin's worth is more surprising than you can imagine. Let's dive into the rich history, mysterious variations, and the incredible market value that make the 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin one of the most desirable coins in American numismatic history. The year 1983 was a turning point for the U.S. Mint. The previous year, in 1982, the composition of the Lincoln cent had changed from solid copper to a copper-plated zinc design. The reason was rising copper prices that made it too expensive for the government to continue minting all copper coins. However, during that transitional period, a few 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on the older 95% copper planchets, making them extraordinarily rare and valuable. If you happen to find a 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin that is heavier than the usual 2.5 grams, you could be holding one of these copper planchet errors, a true gem of American coinage. In fact, coin collectors and auction houses have paid unbelievable prices for these rare examples. Some have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, reaching values close to $779,337 in top mint condition, but the story doesn't end with just composition errors. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin is also famous for another rare variety, the double die reverse, DDR. This means the design on the back of the coin, especially the lettering 1 cent and e pluribus unum, appears doubled under magnification. This doubling effect happened during the minting process when the die struck the coin design twice at slightly different angles. The result is a breathtaking minting error that collectors dream of finding. The DDR variety has fetched massive auction prices, especially when in pristine uncirculated condition or graded by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. One of the finest examples of a 1983 double die reverse penny sold for a staggering amount, proving that sometimes the smallest mistakes can lead to the biggest rewards. Now, let's talk about why this coin continues to grow in value year after year. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin stands as a reminder of a key transition in U.S. coin production. The combination of historical significance, minting changes, and human error created a perfect storm that turned an everyday coin into a collector's dream. Every year, new coin enthusiasts join the hunt for these 1983 rarities, driving the market demand even higher. The current market value of a regular 1983 penny may just be 1 cent, but for the rare copper or double die version, the value can soar up to $779,337 or even more if found in immaculate condition. Experts believe that as time goes on and fewer of these coins remain in circulation, the price will only rise further. To identify a genuine 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin that might be worth a fortune, here are a few things you should look for. First, weigh the coin. A regular 1983 penny made of zinc should weigh about 2.5 grams, while the rare copper one will weigh around 3.1 grams. You can check this easily using a small digital scale. Second, carefully inspect the reverse side for doubling on the text or design. If you see doubling on 1 cent or United States of America, congratulations, you might be looking at a coin that could change your life. Collectors also recommend checking the condition of your coin. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are far more valuable than those that are worn or damaged. Even a slight scratch can affect the value dramatically, so handle them carefully. In auctions, professional grading plays a huge role. A coin graded MS 65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can fetch incredible sums, while lower grades still hold significant value. If you ever suspect you found a rare 1983 Liberty 1 cent, consider getting it authenticated and graded before selling it. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the artistry of the Liberty 1 cent coin. On the front, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been on U.S. pennies since 1909. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity and strength, representing the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. It's truly fascinating that a simple coin, made for everyday transactions, can carry such deep historical meaning and financial potential. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin teaches us that history often hides in the most ordinary places, even in the palm of your hand. So next time you go through your old coin collection, your piggy bank, or even spare change from the grocery store, take a close look. That 1 cent coin could be a hidden treasure worth more than a luxury car or even a house. ATJF coin, we love sharing stories like these, stories that prove that every coin tells a tale, every year holds a mystery, and every collector's journey begins with a single cent. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent is a shining example of how history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can turn a humble penny into a life-changing discovery. If you're passionate about coins, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin, where we explore the value, history, and secrets of America's most fascinating coins. From the 1974 D Liberty 1 cent coin to the 2018 D Liberty 1 cent and beyond, we bring you the most detailed and exciting stories from the world of numismatics. And remember, one day, you could be the person holding the next rare penny worth over $779,337. So keep collecting, keep searching, and keep watching JF Coin, where every coin has a story, and every story might just make you rich. This is JF Coin. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and surprisingly valuable coins in the world of collectors, the 1988 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. This small copper coin, minted more than 3 decades ago, has a story that will leave you amazed. It's not just an ordinary penny, It's a rare piece of American minting history that could make you a fortune if you happen to find one in your change. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin was minted in Denver, identified by the tiny D mint mark just below the year 1988 on the obverse side. At first glance, it looks like a regular penny. But as many collectors know, looks can be deceiving. There's a hidden mystery behind this coin that makes certain 1988 D pennies worth not 1 cent, not 10, not 1,000, but a shocking $779,338 in today's collector market. Let's go back to where it all began. The 1988 Liberty 1-cent series continued the long-standing design featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, known as the reverse. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this image of Lincoln first appeared on the 1-cent coin in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has become an American classic, a symbol of history, integrity, and national pride, but the 1988 D edition carries a secret that only a few sharp-eyed collectors discovered, a design error that changed everything. This rare variety, known as the 1988 D close AM or sometimes the transitional reverse, features a design mix-up that occurred during the minting process. The United States Mint accidentally used a reverse die intended for the 1989 penny on some 1988 D coins. This small error, almost invisible to the untrained eye, created one of the most sought-after pennies in American history. How can you spot this rare version? On most 1988 D pennies, the letters A and M in the word America on the back are spaced apart, clearly separated. But on the rare and valuable version, the A and M are almost touching, a close AM. The difference is subtle, but that tiny mistake has turned these coins into treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine finding one of these in your old jar of coins, in your father's collection, or tucked away in a drawer. That single penny could change your life. The 1988 D Liberty 1-cent coin is composed primarily of copper-plated zinc, with a smooth edge and a weight of about 2.5 grams. More than 5.2 billion of these coins were minted in Denver alone, making it seem common. But within those billions, only a handful of error coins with the transitional reverse exist. These few have sold for unbelievable amounts at auctions, shocking even experienced coin collectors. At one of the recent auctions, a perfectly preserved 1988 D close AM coin in mint state condition was valued at an astonishing $779,338. That's right, almost $800,000 for a single penny. This record-breaking price was not only due to its rarity but also to the fact that collectors across the world are now chasing these transitional varieties, recognizing their historical and numismatic importance. Now let's talk about why this coin is so valuable. First, rarity. The 1988 D close AM error is incredibly scarce, with only a few examples known to exist. Second, the historical context. Transitional errors occur when the mint shifts from one die design to another, and a few of the older or newer dies get mixed up. These accidents are never intentional, which is why they become legends in the coin world. Third, condition. If your 1988 D penny is in near-perfect mint state, with clear details and no scratches, its value can skyrocket. Collectors today are constantly searching through rolls of pennies, coin jars, and estate collections, hoping to spot this elusive treasure. You might think, it's just a penny, but the truth is, one lucky find can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars richer. The thrill of discovery keeps collectors hooked, and coins like the 1988 D Liberty 1-cent are the crown jewels of that adventure. The market for rare coins is booming, and the demand for transitional errors like the 1988 D has never been higher. Prices are increasing year after year as awareness spreads. Many collectors believe that the next record-breaking sale for this coin could easily surpass $800,000. That's why coin enthusiasts, historians, and investors are all turning their attention to pennies like this one. That if you want to check your coins, here's what to do. Find a 1988 D penny, flip it to the back, and carefully look at the word America. If the A and M are touching or extremely close, you may have found one of the rarest Lincoln Memorial cents ever produced. Use a magnifying glass or zoom lens to confirm. If it matches the rare close AM variety, you could be holding a piece of history worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's also important to remember that authenticity and condition matter. If you think you found a rare one, never clean it or polish it. Doing so can reduce its value. Instead, keep it in a protective case and get it graded by a professional coin grading service. A certified 1988 D close AM in top mint condition is one of the most prized coins in American numismatic history. Here at JF Coin, we bring you the stories of hidden treasures, forgotten history, and unbelievable finds from the world of U.S. coinage. The 1988 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin is a perfect example of how history, craftsmanship, and a little minting mistake can create something truly extraordinary. This is not just a story about money, it's about discovery, passion, and the timeless art of collecting. So before you spend that old penny, take a closer look. You never know when one small coin could be worth $779,338 or even more. And who knows, maybe the next big treasure story will be yours. If you enjoy discovering rare coins and learning the real stories behind their incredible value, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin and join our growing community of collectors and treasure hunters. Hit the like button if you found this story exciting, share this video with your friends so they can check their coins too, and don't forget to comment below if you've ever found a rare Liberty 1 cent in your collection. This is JF Coin. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing modern coins, the 2004 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary penny you could find in your pocket change. But hold on, this tiny copper-colored coin carries an incredible story, a legacy of American minting, and a shocking market value that will leave you speechless. Yes, you heard that right. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent coin has been valued as high as $779,339 in today's collector market. So, what makes this small coin so powerful, so rare, and so valuable? Let's go back in time to uncover its history. The year was 2004. The United States Mint was continuing the long tradition of producing the beloved Lincoln cent, originally designed in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, the coin underwent minor design changes, but the spirit of liberty, freedom, and resilience remained at its core. By 2004, the Liberty 1 cent coin still carried that same message of pride and strength that had made it one of the most recognized coins in American history. Now, here's where things get interesting. During the minting of the 2004 Liberty 1 cent coins, some rare varieties and minting errors occurred, especially in the Denver Mint, marked with the small letter D. These errors created a limited number of unique coins that collectors all over the world now hunt for. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that looks normal to everyone else but could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the mystery and excitement behind the 2004 Liberty 1 cent coin. The most valuable pieces of this coin often show subtle differences, sometimes in the way the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust are struck, sometimes in the sharpness of the date, or in rare cases, a double die or off-center strike that turns an ordinary cent into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Collectors love these variations because they tell a story of how coins were made, how machines sometimes made mistakes, and how those mistakes became masterpieces of history. Let's talk about the metal composition. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent coin is primarily made of zinc coated with copper, giving it that familiar reddish-brown shine. But over time, oxidation can change the coin's color, making it appear darker, golden, or even rainbow-toned. These natural tones often increase a coin's appeal, especially to numismatists who prize originality and natural beauty. If you ever find a 2004 Liberty 1 cent with such a tone and in pristine condition, keep it safe. You might be holding a coin that could change your financial destiny. Now, let's dive into the numbers, because that's where things get even more exciting. While most 2004 Liberty 1 cent coins in circulation are worth just 1 cent, a few have been sold in major auctions for life-changing amounts. The highest recorded value of this coin has reached an unbelievable $779,339. That's right, a coin you might overlook in your change could be worth more than a luxury house, more than a sports car, and more than some people earn in a lifetime. Collectors around the world are obsessed with finding these valuable pieces. Many believe that the 2004 Liberty 1 cent is part of a special batch that was minted with extraordinary quality, possibly with test dyes or rare metal impurities that made them unique. These rare versions, when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can command astronomical prices. So, how can you tell if your 2004 Liberty 1 cent is valuable? Start by examining the details under good light or with a magnifying glass. Look at the mint mark. A tiny D under the year means it was struck in Denver. Check the sharpness of the letters and numbers. Are there any doubling effects on the text or Lincoln's profile? Does the rim look uneven or off-center? Is the surface unusually shiny, proof-like, or deeply toned? Any of these details could mean you have something extraordinary. Also, condition matters more than you might think. A 2004 Liberty 1 cent coin in mint state, with no scratches, marks, or wear, can be worth thousands of times more than one that has been used in circulation. Professional grading can turn an ordinary-looking penny into a certified gem that collectors will fight for. At JF Coin, we always remind viewers to never underestimate the coins in their pockets or collections. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth a fortune. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent coin stands as a symbol of how a piece of history, a moment of minting precision, and a touch of rarity can come together to create something truly priceless. The journey of this coin doesn't end there. Each year that passes adds more to its historical significance. As time goes on and fewer high-grade examples remain, the value of the 2004 Liberty 1 cent continues to rise. Collectors see it as a modern treasure, a small window into the craftsmanship and legacy of American minting history. If you ever come across one of these coins, especially a brilliant uncirculated version, consider it a treasure worth holding on to. Whether you keep it as part of your personal collection or decide to auction it off, remember that you're holding a piece of history that represents not only America's economy but also its artistic and cultural pride. This is why JF Coin always says, every coin has a hidden story, and it's waiting for you to discover it. So check your drawers, search your old jars, and look carefully at every coin that comes your way. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent USA coin could be the key to an incredible discovery. Its current market value of $779,339 makes it one of the most astonishing modern-day pennies. And who knows, maybe one day, your coin will be the next record breaker, selling for even more. Thank you for watching JF Coin. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare American coins, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the JF Coin channel for more fascinating stories about Liberty 1 cent coins, Liberty 1 dime coins, and other incredible treasures from the past and present. Your next coin might just make history. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, every coin tells a story, and JFCOI.